Hi everyone, this is Zelda from purpleworx. Join me in painting abundance, this country-style picture.
I am using a canvas that is 40 by 35 centimeters. You can use any canvas you have and adjust your picture accordingly. For a bit of a mixed media background, I'm looking to use a serviette and some pages from a phone book. If you have an old book, you can use some of the pages, otherwise use newspaper in the classified section. They look similar to these. I tear them down and I will be pasting them randomly on the background, and then we're going to use them as the first layer and we will be painting over them. To add my paper strips, I need to add some watch to my canvas, covering up the whole area, and then adding watch to my paper. Make sure to cover up every area right up to the corners and the edges and stick it down. Press it down, working out all the bubbles and the creases. And then I will do the next strip. And just pressing it down. For the serviette, I just tear a piece down, and you can make it smaller as well as bigger pieces, doesn't matter. And for the serviette, we only need much on the canvas, as it's very, very thin, and you can just place it in position and press it down.
Now adding much to my brush and ever so gently painting it from the top, pressing downwards, keeping the picture down in place.
And you can add more pieces if you wish. And you can add much on your brush and just level it out from the top. I'm adding a little piece in here. And then leave it to dry.
For the background, I'm going to use a light purple and a light blue to cover up. I just want a faded look. If you look at it and it is not shining anymore, that means your mod is dry and you are ready to blop up some paint on your canvas. I'm using a palette knife. You can use a little spoon or a normal knife and just blot some colors down. Now I'm using my favorite water bottle with a spray top and just spritzing some water along. It's actually just misting it and I am not wetting it. So that makes it easier to blend in, and I'm using the little sponges that you get in the medicine bottles. I love reusing, upcycling. And now I'm just covering up the background, going over the papers, blending in, adding a little bit more paint if there's not enough, and just getting a faded look to my background, as I don't want it to overpower my picture. And some places I want the words or the printing to show through. Next, I'm using wax paper. The wax part to the bottom and the other part to the top, and I'm blotting up some cream paint. Just randomly. And then I'm adding a few tips of grey. A light grey, as I'm going to use some grey in my pictures as well, and those two colors are going to pick each other up when the eye focuses on the complete picture. So I'm adding a bit of water to these paint on my wax paper as well. Just make it a bit more fluent. As I'm working with acrylics, they dry very fast, and we're just extending the drying time. So I put it face down. That means the paint is connecting with my canvas, and I rub it roughly, moving my wax paper around to get different effects. When done, I leave it to dry thoroughly before drawing down my picture. I've put it down on my canvas. You can either trace it down or draw it in. And now I'm mixing up the colors for my little gem squashes. I'm using a dark green to start my first layer, because we're always working in layers, building it up to the final product, and you can use many layers to do that. I'm painting in the whole little veggie in my dark green, and I'm going to use a dark blue to do the darker parts of it. So I'm just adding it in so that I can see where all my veggies are, and covering them up with a complete layer of paint as a base. I'm painting in the stems in a brown, medium brown or darker brown. I am painting my squash or my pumpkin in a bright yellow, and that is the underpainting color, and we're going to add more layers to that as we progress with this painting, adding shadows and highlights. Then I'm using a diluted black paint, that means black mixed up with a bit of water, to trace in all my outer lines for my 2 milk cans, and to make it more visible on the video for you to see how we're going to paint them. The milk cans differ in color, as the one is a copper milk can and the other one is a steel milk can, but they are very old, and that is the way we're going to paint them. I'm going to start with the one on the left hand side and adding in a medium gray. You can mix up black and white for a medium gray, and that will be about equal parts. And I'm just putting it down as a base, about 1/3 from the left hand side, as where the dark part will be on the milk can. Okay, adding a little bit more of black to my gray, like a charcoal gray, I'm adding in darker shades. And that will be giving you the side where the shade is following from, and you can see it gets lighter to the right hand side, more or less 3 colors. And I'm doing that throughout the milk can, and we're going to come back and layer more on the space color. For my other milk can, I'm using a rustic brown and doing the darker part to the left hand side, and then just covering up the rest. Now I'm adding a dark brown to this rustic brown to bring in the shading to the left hand side, as from where the shadows will be, and just coloring in the rest with my rustic brown. We are going to do quite a lot of layering on this picture, and you will see the progress as we move on. I'm adding a little bit of dark to the side on the right hand side as a base, and we will be going over that as well as we progress with the picture. If you added too much paint, that means it's too thick, you can just dab it off with a wet wipe, a cloth, or a paper towel. Where the stems of the gem squash meets or touches the milk can, it is slightly darker as it is producing a shade. Mixing up a drop of the rustic brown in a lot of white for the highlights.